Yo, yo, yo. What is going on, brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love? My name is Pope, aka J Phoenix, and this is going to be your astrology forecast for Friday, March 22nd, 2024. Thank you so much for joining this video. Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful week so far. Let's go ahead and hop into these astrological transits so you can see how you can be better prepared to navigate these celestial energies. It's not coming up. What? How come it's not showing my calendar? Hold on. I'm trying to pull up the calendar and it's not showing it for some reason. That's weird. I was trying to bring up the March 2024 transit calendar, and for some reason, oh, there it is. Now everything is, see, delays. That's classic Mars going into Pisces, even though it isn't quite there yet. That's delays. And like this forecast is being delayed. You know what I'm saying? I slept in a little bit, so we have the moon entering Virgo, Mars entering into Pisces today. Then we're moving into, of course, that building energy Saturday. Then on 24th, we'll see Venus sextile Jupiter, which would be a very nice aspect, especially after the Venus-Saturn conjunction, all leading up to that full moon lunar eclipse. So let's go ahead and hop into the chart itself. I do apologize for this coming out quite late. Said overslept. I woke up in the middle of the night and I started watching Full Disclosure, Leo King and Natalie Sadie, and then I fell back asleep, and then I didn't wake up till like 9:30. And I'm like, dang, this is when my video usually drops, and I'm waking up at this time. So, but I'm here, and I was like, well, if I'm already late to making this, I'm of course going to put it out. I'm not going to not put the video out, but I'm going to at least make myself a nice pot, like a nice cup of coffee, and enjoy myself, not rush, I don't know what's going on today. So many delays, so many weird things. Like my screen went out for a second there. Anyways, I just got like nice little coffee here, salted caramel. Got the caramel almond creamer with it, a little bit of raw cane sugar, a little bit of Himalayan sea salt. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, you gotta appreciate the finer things in life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make the best of every situation. Okay, you see, I'm back. Not sure what happened there. I was worried that my internet was about to go out, so I'm looking over at my router to see if I get the flashing red light of death. But we're back. I'm gonna make sure that you guys can actually hear me too. Let me check out my settings. Sorry about that, guys. I am not sure what's going on right now, but we're here. We're still gonna get this astrology forecast out. So I may even put in the description when the forecast actually starts, which is around 4:10. So, anyways, we have the moon that has shifted into Virgo here at 3 degrees at the time of me making this. And of course, we do have the Mars that's going to shift into Pisces today. We're going to see that happen, we're going to see that happen pretty much towards the evening. So we're going to be building up to that Mars moving into Pisces. So here's the thing about this. It's kind of interesting too. We have the sun that's now in Aries. So that does inject some of that, go get them, just do it kind of energy that Aries has. The only thing about it, though, is that Chiron is there. A slowing down Mercury is there. Eris is there. right? That's the only thing about it. And now the dispositor of this sun, Mars, is now getting washed out in Pisces. So that's the only thing about this. It can definitely feel like when the sun moved into Aries, it gave some motivation, a little bit of inspiration, kind of like a little spark, if you will. Now Mars moves into Pisces, it almost like it puts the flame out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the interesting thing about this. It's not going to feel like the usual exalted sun in Aries. You know, it's not going to feel like the usual Aries season. So because we still have all this Piscean energy, we still have Saturn, we still have Venus, we still have Neptune. And yes, Venus is exalted in Pisces. But we also have to consider the fact that Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, is the only planet that's in the sign of which it rules. We've been in Neptune world for a while. We've been in Neptune world for a while. Because even if we look at where some of the other planets might have been, so like I guess the next closest thing that we would have experienced was when Venus was back in Libra, but the South Node was there. So, okay, now what's going on? Jeez, my connection is so spotty today, I guess. Yeah, well, back when Venus was in Libra, the South Node was there, right? I'll just go ahead and just show you guys that. As far as like the last time a planet was in a sign of that it ruled, so we had, yeah, Venus was in Libra, but the South Node was there, right? So, I mean, that's the thing about this. We haven't really had, and then I guess, then before that, it would have been the sun in Leo, right? That conjuncted a Venus that was retrograde there as well, right? And the sun, of course, had to deal with it had to deal with opposing Pluto before coming into Leo. So there was a lot going on here. And Neptune was still back here. Neptune was still in Pisces at this time, of course. It's been in Pisces for a while. So we have to take those things into consideration. Yeah, Mercury was in Virgo. So I guess you could say that Mercury was decently strong, right, during this time. It was with Mars and Pallas. So, but it was also opposing Neptune. Now, granted, Neptune was retrograde, but it was opposing Neptune. So this was probably the last time that a planet other than Neptune was as strong as Neptune. It was probably Mercury in Virgo. And I guess you can make the argument for the sun in Leo too. But remember, Venus was retrograde during that time. So Leo season did not feel like Leo season. And when Venus, like I said, when Venus went into Libra, South Node was there. So that's the thing about this. We have been in Neptune's world for a while. So if you can't find a way to go with the flow, if you are wondering why things feel very, very weird, why we're getting wave after wave after wave of information, of energy, of, oh, this is happening, oh, that's happening. It's like at this point, I don't think anyone is surprised when some crazy batshit stuff falls. I don't think anyone's surprised when some crazy batshit falls. When some weird off-the-wall Neptunian subconscious shit happens. You gotta remember, too, Pisces is it's the final sign. It's a collective energy. So it's like the whole collective, right? It's like the collective subconscious in many ways. This energy is strong as hell. Like if Neptune had a score, if Neptune had a score over here, it will probably be higher than Venus, especially considering that Venus is in exaltation there, which will give Neptune even more power. So it will probably be like plus 14 or plus 15 or something. I don't know how exactly they calculate it. but that's where it'll probably would be, right? The moon is neutral. It's at +0. Saturn is still -5. So trying to like make sense of all this, trying to make sense of this time is not going to work. You have to really go with the flow. This is an exercise in faith, because trying to logically make sense of this time is not really going to work. And with the moon in Virgo, we're definitely going to want to try and make sense of this, but this moon is going to oppose this Saturn. It's going to oppose this Venus. It's going to oppose this Neptune before we get to the full moon lunar eclipse. It's going to make the awkward stare to the Sun, the North Node, Chiron, Mercury, Eris, right? That's the thing about this. It's like it's not a time we're trying to logic our way through and we're looking as like, how have we always done things? We have to find more creative solutions right now for the problems that we face in our life. We have to find more creative solutions. And that can be difficult if you're unwilling to go outside the box, act outside the box, go outside the norms, because you may worry about being judged by other people, or you may worry about judging your own self. But that's just where we are right now. We have to be much more creative in our approach. That's where the universe is asking us to do, because the same old tactics are not going to work. Even the dark is scrambling right now, which is why I'm telling people to hold the line, because a lot of people are going to drop off the path thinking that going along with the matrix is going to give them some sense of comfort when the matrix is collapsing anyways, and the darkness can't hold on to its power. It's not working the same way like it used to for them. The truth will always come out and be revealed. Will always come out and be revealed. Always. Always. That is a constant. That's never going to not be the case. In the meantime, yeah, it may suck. You may get called names. You may get ostracized. You may get put down. People may not get you. People may abandon you. But do not abandon your spirit. Do not abandon your mission. A lot of people are called, but few are chosen. A lot of people are going to drop off this path. And this whole year, if we want to look at what the stamp of this year is, let's go back to the moment that the sun moved into Aries. That's going to take a while. Let me go back an hour. There we go. That's what I meant to do. Because that was going to take a while. I want to say it was like 11:06 or something like that. 11:05, 11:06, 11:07, 21 seconds. Maybe it's not down to the second. Let's get down to the second. Fuck it. Let's get very, very particular. Let's get precise as hell. Moon is in Virgo today, so I want to get super fucking precise. Bear with me, y'all. Aha! Bam! 11:06:25. This was the moment, the exact moment of the new astrological year. This is the stamp of what this year is going to be, right? So if we look at the whole year as a personality, now, of course, this will probably change based off of where you are in the world, but let's just say that it's a Scorpio rising, right? It's a Scorpio rising, right? That sun is in the 5th house. right? That moon is in the 9th, right? That north node is in the 5th. South node is in. See, this is the thing. Hold your position. Do not waver in your conviction. That is what this chart right here is telling me. This is telling me the story of a very powerful warrior that has definitely been through some shit, that has definitely seen some shits, that there's definitely some influence. This is South Node Libra 11th house, where you may overextend yourself to please others, but you're looking for the balance there. But are you outsourcing who you are to appease other people? And then you're being asked by with that moon in Leo, do you even believe in your own heart? Do you believe in the conviction of your heart and living from your heart-centered truth? That is what this is telling me. That's what this year is all about. This moment right here. And like I said, this rising will probably change based off of like where you are and stuff in the world. So like just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna put fucking I don't know. I'll put something like somewhere in another part of the world, right? I'm gonna put Tokyo because fuck it, right? Like might as well Tokyo because it's probably gonna change it, right? It changed it. It changed it slightly, right? Actually, it moved the sun back, right? Ironically. And now I'm just having a little bit of fun here. Because you're probably like, Jay, what does this have to do with anything? It has everything to do with it. So I guess different parts of the world are going to experience it a little bit differently. But you get my point. So I'm going to take this back to where I am. Smyrna. Oh, let me. Georgia, USA. Select. All right. Anyways, Mars moves into Pisces today, right? Mars moves into Pisces, which, like I said, it's going to bring about this moment where it's like, do you have the capability of continuing the path, continuing to move forward, even though things seem weird? Mars in Pisces definitely is going to feel a bit drowned out, especially once it meets up with Saturn, right? Because think about it, Mars is the foot soldier, Saturn is the boss, the commander, if you will. Pluto is the executioner. So now Mars gets to meet up with Saturn. Mars gets to meet up with the boss. And that's what it's heading towards. It has some time to prepare for this. So it has pretty much until they're going to conjunct at 14 degrees, right? So ironically, right after that new moon solar eclipse. So we're building up to that energy, right? Oh, crap. It's still showing that. See how all over the place I am today? This is classic Mars and Pisces. Your actions aren't going to seem very sequenced. This is actually very good that this is happening this way. It's meant to happen this way, right? Yeah, so you have until the eclipse, right? It's like I said, when Mars and Saturn meet up, it's going to be after that new moon solar eclipse, where the foot soldier meets up with the commander in Pisces at 14 degrees, right? So your actions aren't going to seem very sequenced. The normal sequence of events or the normal sequence of actions where it's like, all right, first I do A, then I do B, then I do C. That is not going to work. It's not going to work. You may have to do things out of order. It's going to seem weird. It's going to seem off the wall, but that's going to be the way that things work. Like I said, you have to find more creative solutions for your problems right now. And I think even though the sun is in Aries, and even though it's being disposited by a Mars that's now in water and getting a bit washed out, we can still feel the flame and we can still feel inspired and motivated. It's just not going to be the explosive flame of Aries that we want, because we have in our mind that an explosive, obvious in ourself flame or bang is what's going to change our situation. But no, it's going to be more of like that internal flame that is ever present, a consistent flame that is ever present. That's what's really going to help us through this, right? And we have to learn how to cultivate that, right? We have to learn how to cultivate that energy. I think Friday's going to be a pretty interesting day, but like I said, I think it can cause some frustrations because people are going to go about things in the normal order of things, and it's just not going to work. If there's anything that you get from this, it's that you need to find creative solutions to your problems, think outside the box a little bit, and do not give up. Hold the line, because it's going to be easier to hold the line, especially when Mars comes over Saturn. That might be a moment where we really start, that's going to be a moment, it's going to be like a checkpoint, if you will. You don't want to get to the point where it's like you start to doubt yourself because you may not have as much, you may have not succeeded as much as you want to. And then when Mars gets to Neptune, that's going to be another whole thing where we can get potentially washed up under the current, swept away, and made to believe and act in a certain way. It's going to be well after the solar eclipse. It's going to be a bit. That's, I mean, if we want to just, and Mars is not going to catch up to Venus, too. It wants to, but it's not going to catch up to Venus. But yeah, we'll see that at the end of the month, April 28th, right? And Jupiter would have conjuncted Uranus by that point, right? So we have a lot coming. We have a lot coming down the pipeline. Things are about to get a bit more intense. Not to mention that Mercury would have retrograded and Venus is retrograde by that point. So we have a lot coming down the pipeline. We have a lot that's moving and shifting. We have a lot of things that we still have to cover, if you will. But I will say, like I said, utilize this time to find those creative solutions, take the necessary steps that you need to take, trust the process. Trust the process. Trust that even if it feels like you're doing things out of order and out of sequence, that it will come together. It will come together, so long as you hold the line. Let's get into the cards. This has been a very weird forecast. It's late. My connection went out multiple times. I hope it makes sense for you guys. Let's see what the cards say. Let's see if the cards kind of continue the weirdness and austerity of this. It's a very, very Mars at the end of Aquarius, Piscean kind of forecast. It's not very Aries. Not really. You gotta dig deep right now. It's harder. It's so enticing right now to hop off the path. It's so enticing to hop off the path right now. Because you can justify it in your mind why you should hop off the spiritual path right now. It's so easy to justify it. Keep moving. Hold the line. I have the Fool card in reverse. The Fool card in reverse. Yeah. Don't go walking off cliffs that you have no business walking off of. Don't go, and I say this mainly as in, like, don't overly respond and react to situations that will have you walking off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, well, let's see. Dog runs off cliff chasing bird. Where is it? It's an image. It's like, yeah, this right here. Share screen. Choices made in anger cannot be undone. Like this right here is the Fool card in reverse. Sometimes it's okay to walk off the cliff because you know that there's going to be something that catches you, or you're taking a risk. But if you're simply running off the cliff trying to chase something and you're angry or whatever, or you're responding volatilely to something, that choice cannot be undone and you're going to fall. You're going to hurt your damn self. So just remember that today. Don't go running off of cliffs that you don't have any business running off of. Point blank, period. I have that followed by the Knight of Dragonflies in reverse. The Knight of Cups in reverse. Don't go chasing holy grails that aren't holy, that aren't spiritual in nature. Point blank, just because 1,000 people are saying that it's such, doesn't mean it actually is. So don't go chasing holy grails that aren't actually holy, that aren't actually spiritual. You're going to fall off a cliff. You're going to fall into a trap. Bottom of the deck I have is the Two of Moths in reverse. Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah. Weighing out the options, holding the world in your hand, trying to figure out which way to go. You know, this is about taking the path least traveled, the road less traveled. If 1,000 people are going in that direction and they're literally walking off a cliff, are you going to follow them into that demise, or are you going to go this way? Just because it may feel comfortable for a split second or a moment to go in the direction of the crowd, if you know it's going to lead to certain demise, but you're just hoping that it's a little bit different for you. You're just hoping that you're not going to just fall off the cliff like they are. Go the other way. Will it be a little bit lonely? Yeah. Will it be harder? Yeah. Will you probably struggle more? Yeah. Will there be more pressure? Yeah. But that's what's going to fortify you and really, yeah, pressure creates diamonds. Pressure creates pearls. Time creates pearls. And that's where you want to go to right now. You don't want to go the easy way or what you think is the easy way right now. You don't want to go that way. It's not going to give you the results or the solution that you think it will. I have the card of prosperity. I actually really love this card. The card of prosperity. The frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing, and invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and richness that the universe provides. So even in situations that may not appear to be abundant, have their abundance and their prosperity, and oftentimes will lead to more of it just because a bunch of people are going in one direction. And it may seem like there's an abundance of people in that direction and an abundance of supports. Really, is there though? Or are you just on a conveyor belt to falling off a cliff, on a conveyor belt to not actually expressing what's truly in your heart and singing the song of your spirit, singing someone else's song, not realizing your potential? I don't think that's a conveyor belt that we want to hop onto. It may seem easier, it may seem more comfortable, but we are in uncomfortable times. So get used to the discomfort. Learn how to adapt. Learn how to see the prosperity and the abundance in every single moment because it is here. And yeah, it's a bit hard right now. It's a bit weird. It's definitely very confusing. It's definitely very, very befuddling. Things are off. Sleep schedules are all over the place. It's like one night you get really good sleep, another night you oversleep. You have weird ass dreams. It's a weird ass time right now. But it's a hell of a ride. So we might as well enjoy it. You came here for this time for a reason. You didn't come here just to assimilate and hop on a conveyor belt to nowhere. You came here to express the true quality of your spirit. Because the universe is supporting it now more than ever. The human emotional system and imagination system is one of the most powerful things in the entire universe. And the dark is trying to hijack that. But they are losing their control, which is why things seem so fucking weird right now. So hold fast, stay on the path. You got this. That's going to do it for your daily astrology forecast for this Friday, March 22nd, 2024. I hope that you all enjoyed it, and I trust that this message will assist you on your journey today. If you did enjoy this, please like, share, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. And if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to my website, jphoenix.com. And as always, y'all take care, stay blessed, have a wonderful, fantastic Friday. I will see you all on the next astrology forecast. Peace.